Hello everyone. I have not done a video for a very long time. All of last year didn't even do not one video. Um, but the reason is, first of all, I didn't really have anything to share really, but I do now. And last year was so crazy. Like everything happened last year. I felt like it was like the year of change. The year of change. Like permanent change. Um, in January, the end of January, my mother passed away. And then in the spring, one of my sons moved away, like 3 hours away. And that was shocking because we were close and we would like talk almost every day. And I mean, we still call each other and stuff, but it's just like weird that I can't just go, drive up the street and see him. So, and then there are changes that happen at my job, like a lot of changes, like a couple of coworkers, one had a baby and his baby passed away. And then another person that I know of, they had a baby and their baby passed away. And I was like, what is happening? And then one of my coworkers retired, and I've known them for like 20 something years. I've been at that job for 22 years or so, and they've been there the same amount of time. And they retired. And then another coworker who I've known left. I've known them for that long also, and they left and started their own business. And then my son, oh, and then another, my niece's grandmother, she passed away. And then my son, my youngest son, went to college. I mean, everyone was leaving, everyone was going. I was like, what is going on? And I'm sitting at my desk and everything around me was changing at work and in home life too. So I really felt like that was something significant in my spirit. I was like, what's happening? And then in December, so now it's dawning on me that wasn't the only change that was taking place, permanent change. Um, we're feeling the COVID effects of the coronavirus now here in the States, but actually it started in December in Wuhan. December 2019. So again, 2019 brought about significant change. And this is permanent change because, if you're thinking that things are going to go back to normal in a month or two or whenever they feel like they're going to get this virus under control, it's never going to be normal again. Like the world as you knew it will never be the same. We're not going back to the way that the world was. That's not going to happen. I'm not saying that stores are never going to open. No, I think that they're going to open. You know, they're going to say like it's relatively going back to normal, but it's not going to be the normal that you've known. There are going to be significant changes even when, people go back to work and they're not working from home anymore and they're back in the office, or, you can go to school again, or you can go to stores again. That will happen, but it's going to be different. Things are going to be done differently. Um, you know, I was watching some news articles and I mean on videos, and um, I watched one where Bill Gates was saying that, and I saw it in other news articles too, where they're going to have a vaccine in like 18 months, 12 to 18 months, there's going to be a vaccine for the whole world. Okay, so that may not be a voluntary vaccine. That may be a mandatory vaccine. So, and then he was saying that there's 33% more cases every so often. I don't remember. I'm sorry, my nose itches. I don't remember if he said it was in the day, or I don't remember because I didn't write that down. But he said there's so many cases every so often, 33% more every so often. And then I was watching another newscast, and that was another newscast that I saw was it was NBC Nightly News. It was a full broadcast that was done April 4th, and the city spokesperson said we've gotten 33% of what we asked for in like medical supplies and help that they needed in that particular area. They've only gotten 33% of what they asked for. Okay, so all these numbers, this means something. This 33%. This is all like Illuminati, Freemason talk. 33%. The number 33. This is all something that is planned. This is an end time game that is being played. Okay. I actually dreamt about this happening. I dreamt about this 3 years ago, and you can pull it up on my video. Let's see. I'm going to show you what the video looks like so that you can pull it up and watch it for yourself. And this is something that is sudden, and I also did a video on suddenly because I got this from Jesus, that things would happen suddenly, like when the Great Tribulation starts, it would be something that would be suddenly. Okay, and these are two videos that I did. The video on the COVID-19, I didn't call it COVID-19 in my video because I didn't know what I was dreaming about, but now that it's happened, I know that that's what that dream was about. That was 3 years ago. And then the suddenly video I did was 2 years ago. And I'm going to show you what they both look like so that you can actually go on my channel and look at them yourself, okay? So the video, here's a list of my videos. Okay, I'm on my channel here. And the one that talks about the dream is this one. It says, oh, can you see? I'm not. It's this one. It says, dream, don't be afraid. I know that the light is keeping you from seeing the words. Dream, don't be afraid. It's this one, okay? So watch that one, and then watch this one. This one is titled Urgent Message, and it'll say suddenly in that title as well. So it's this one here. So watch those two videos. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to recap the dream a little bit, but watch the video because I go more into detail. So the dream that I had was that I went to work, and when I went to work, everything was different. When I got to work, everything was different, and so I'm telling people, I'm asking them, did you see, not only was it different at work, but it was different because the schools, that when I was coming to work, I saw the schools in commotion, and the schools were like, there were police officers there, and there was commotion and everything else. So it was affecting schools, and it was affecting work. And so when I got to work, they were telling everybody that they had to leave, like they couldn't work there. They had to go to this other place, and they had us walking to this other place where we had to go to. And it was, and I'm explaining it, and you please watch the video. And these people in my video, I told you that in my dream, I thought that it looked like that these women that were instructing people to go somewhere else had like nurses uniforms on. And so then, but I wasn't sure if it was nurses uniform. So I said, it also reminded me of like those uniforms that they used to have on Star Trek, those like striped with stripes or whatever. And so, but now that I realize it was nurses uniforms, because it is regarding the COVID, and you're instructed by the medical field as to what you have to do, right? So we had to walk like 90 miles to this other location. And so finally, as we're walking, I'm saying, I'm not gonna, they're asking how much long, somebody said, how much longer is this? And they said like 90 miles. And then I said, no, I'm not walking another step. I'm not taking another step. I'm going back. I'm not walking this far, because they said, once you get there, you got to try to figure out how you're going to get back, right? So you might not be able to get back once you get there. And that was in my dream. That was a dream that I had 3 years ago. Okay, so it applies to what is happening now with this COVID situation, this coronavirus situation. Let me interpret this for you. Okay, so we were told that we had to leave work, and it was suddenly. And in my other video, I was telling you that God was giving me the sense that this, whatever, the Great Tribulation and everything that's going to transpire is going to happen suddenly. It's like one day everything is going to be fine, and then the next day it's all going to be changed. And that is exactly what happened when I went to work. Okay, so I went to work it was like 3 weeks ago. I meant to get the exact date for you, because I could tell the exact date because it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday, and I went on vacation that Monday. I already had it planned. So I only worked one day from home, and then I was on vacation for 1 week. But now I'm working from home because I'm back on. So it was a few weeks ago, maybe like 3 weeks ago or so. And I went to work, and everything was fine. And actually, the day before that, someone was saying something about the coronavirus, and they kind of made a little pun about it, and I got upset, and I said, don't say that. I'm like, don't like do that, because everybody thinks that nothing's going to happen in America, but it can and it will happen. We're not, you think that we're untouchable, but we're actually, no, that's not the case. And don't you know that the very next day I went to work, and it happened here, and we were told to go, that we have to like get all our, before the day's over, they were sending people home. As soon as you got to work, they were like talking about it, and then they were like, okay, we have a meeting, we all have to go today, get your stuff and go home, get your laptops, your computers, whatever you use to work with, and set it up at your house. So everybody, they were letting people go in like shifts so that the phone could be covered and the job could still be covered, but they'd like a few people go and get set up at home, and once they got set up, then they let a few more people go, and then they got set up, and then they did it strategically so that it wouldn't interfere with the daily work routine or interrupting our customers or anything like that. So they sent everybody home. And not only that, my son comes home from school on his vacation and spring break, and then of course they don't go back because now college is closed, okay, and they're doing their courses online now. So it affected school, it affected work. It's exactly what my dream said, exactly. And so what is further to come, I think that my dream is still it working out, okay? And that was part of it. Now, the other part of my dream, as far as it's say me dreaming that you have to go this distance. Oh, okay. So in another part of my dream, so after I said I wasn't going to go any further, right? I'm not going to go any further. I'll go this far, but I'm not going to go any further. So, and then because I didn't go any further, I lost my job. Okay. And so the next scene, I'm sitting and I'm talking to someone at a table where we don't have a job. They were at my job too, and now neither one of us has this job. And we were sitting down talking, and we were talking about that job and like not doing what they said. And I said, I don't know. If they go like, what are we gonna do now? And I said, I don't know, but I'm not. They go, don't go back to that job. And I'm like, I am not going back to that job ever. I'm not going back to that job. So they were asking us to do something that we could not do because it would go against God, and it would go against Heavenly Father and Jesus. So you either did that and have your job, or you don't do that because you're not going to ruin your salvation, and so then you don't have the job. Okay, so I believe now that the distance that we cannot go to is, all right, so they're saying that they're going to have a vaccine in 18 months, right? A vaccine. Now, I'm not saying like, now maybe now we can, like, after this is done, this may get back to the point where, okay, your job, you can go back to your job. We can, go back to school, go back to your job, work at your job now. But in 18 months, they're talking about this vaccination that's for the entire world, right? So it may come to a point where you have to take this thing, or you cannot work. You cannot work. You cannot be in society. And, I did videos on like the mark of the beast, right? And a lot of people think that the mark of the beast is a chip. And as time go, and I thought it was too, but then I didn't think it was, because it says you get the mark in your forehead or in your hand, right? And I didn't think that they were going to put a chip in your forehead. Okay, so and either you have it or you cannot buy or sell. So if you're not a part of society, if you cannot go into stores because you're not vaccinated, or you're a threat, so you cannot go into stores, and you cannot go into a job and sit there because you're not vaccinated, then you cannot buy or sell, right? You can't buy because you're not making money, and you can't go into the stores, and you can't sell because you can't like have a store to sell. So you cannot be a part of society, basically. So I'm thinking that may be a part of it. Okay, as the time goes on, the light gets brighter and brighter. Jesus makes it clearer and clearer to his people. As time goes on, he shows you more and more. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That has a lot to do with it. And the mark of the beast, that there's actually two beasts, and I'm going to make a separate video for this. I'm going to make a separate video for the mark of the beast, because it's more than we think. It's not a chip. That it's not just like this chip that they put in you. No, the mark of the beast starts before even that. The mark of the beast is in the forehead and in the right hand, or in the left hand. I'm going to read that. I'm going to do another video, but it's in your hand. And I believe that it's two separate things. It's two separate marks, and it's a spiritual mark. It's not like a mark. It's like your forehead would be like spiritual, like where is your spirituality? Do you have your hope in this world? Are you following a religion or false religion that's separate from following Jesus and being a part of his teaching and his word, following him. Um, because when you're following God, remember when the Israelites, they had to write God's word upon their forehead, and that's how they were identified, and that's how they followed it was upon their forehead. And I think it's a symbolism. And even Jerusalem, when people are destroyed in the book of Revelation, it says if they don't have it written in their foreheads, then destroy those that don't have me written in their foreheads, a mark in their forehead. So it's more on that level, you know what I mean? So, but I don't want to go like way into depth on that right now, because I want to do a separate video so that I can look in it to it better and have scriptures and so forth. So that I'm just touching the surface. So like, just, yeah, don't put a whole lot of stock into what I'm saying regarding this, because I'm going to go into it deeper, okay? But that's just like the surface of it. But anyway, my point is, I had a dream about this. I believe it's just the beginnings of starting the Great Tribulation, okay? I think this is a part of it. I think that this is going to go on to next year. I think that like in 18 months when they have this vaccine, it's going to be mandatory. And I think that, no, you can't take it. I think there's more in this vaccine. I think it has to also do with like the 5Gs coming out and all of that. And I think that all the stuff that's going into your body from this vaccine will alter your DNA, will destroy your DNA, and will have association with the 5G that's coming out. Yeah, I think it's all connected, okay? And as time goes on, we'll get more information from Jesus. We'll get more clarity. But I think this is very much what my dream is about. It's about this coronavirus that came out. It's about not being at work anymore. It's changed being at work. It's changed your job. It's changed school. You had to leave. And I believe that it's going to come to a point where you're going to have this vaccine to be a part of society. I think that is where it's leading to. But anyway, and it will be clearer for us. The light will get brighter. It'll be clearer for us. But this is a big impact, and this is a change. This is, when all those things happened in 2019 and everything changed like it did, and I felt like it was like things were changing. This coronavirus that started in 2019 is also a part of change. It's a part of change. It's changing the way life is from here going forward. We're never going to go back to the way things were. Never. Never, ever, ever. We're going forward. We're going into the Great Tribulation. Okay? And I'm doing another video. And the Great Tribulation could start, soon. It could start a year from now. It could start when they want us to have vaccination shots. I'm not 100%, but I know that this is a start of a change. And this is gearing toward the Great Tribulation. I know that for a fact. Okay? So I'm going to do a second video because Jesus showed me something else that shows that he's coming very soon and we're going into the Great Tribulation. So I'm going to do that video next and I'm going to post it. So wait for that one to come out. You'll see this and the other one coming out about the same time. So that's what I wanted to share with you about COVID-19 and how I had dreamt about it. And yeah, so keep posted. We have more information coming from Jesus. He's going to make the bright light even brighter. What we think now is going to get brighter and brighter, and it's going to be vivid, clear. Okay? So I love you, but we are on the right track of knowing what's happening. Okay? And I love you all. Jesus loves you. And yeah, he's coming soon. And don't be afraid of all what's happening, because it's just prophecy, and it has to come to pass for Jesus to come back. So take care, love you, and talk to you soon.